Yo, what's up, my toe buddies? Toe buddies. It's another blind anime talk. It's Avatar: The Last Airbender, Book Two, and I have my lovely co-hosts here, Dani Marie AUC, and the
Hi.
and the no scoping Kristina with her sniper rifle.
Don't mention sniper rifle. Now I'm thinking about Attack on Titan.
Wrong show, wrong show.
Well, yes, and this is probably everyone's favorite season of The Last Airbender because of one of our basically everyone's favorite. Mine is probably like number four. Yes, okay. I'm probably gonna get hate. I don't care.
Yeah,
Eh,
haters gonna
it's
hate.
fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay, let me just put on. There you go. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to throw it over to Christina. So for her to give us the recap of the season and then and it's also her awesome, amazing what is it? Like a suggestion that we pick our favorite episodes too.
So to recap the entire season, or do you want to recap season one?
Well, it's up to you.
Okay, season one, you're introduced to a few characters of note, which is Aang, the Avatar, Katara, a waterbender, the only waterbender in the Southern Water Tribe, Sokka, a non-bender, Zuko, a banished prince, that's a firebender, his uncle Iroh, and yeah, I think that's about the people that we're following in a book too.
Mm-hmm.
The last episode was Siege of the North, where Aang fell into the Avatar state, an uncontrollable at the moment for him state. It's a self-preservation state, to keep you alive.
Mm-hmm.
And he destroyed a fleet of Fire Navy ships.
Mm-hmm.
But he was not in control of himself.
Nope.
We roll into book 2, which is book Earth, and chapter 1, which is the Avatar state, where Aang is going to the Earth Kingdom to find an earthbending master to teach him earthbending, and he comes across a general that wants to utilize the Avatar state since it causes so much devastation, and he believes that Aang can help in the war immediately that way, but it's not controllable. People get hurt on both sides.
Mm-hmm. And real quick, the blind drummer's here.
Hey. I like
And
that
Shine.
name.
And
Shine's
Shine,
good,
yep,
y'all.
yeah. Hey, long time no see, Shine.
Right? It's been a while. We're going to get to our favorite episodes, and we're definitely talking about that one, Shine. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry, Shine. Don't worry.
Oh, what's their
It's the
favorite
Blind Bandit.
episode? Oh,
Blind
oh
Bandit.
yeah,
We're gonna get to that.
Yeah. Like because these two like that episode, even though I watched it way too much.
Oh gosh.
I'm not hating on it. I'm not
I
hating on
love
it. You know.
still.
Yeah.
I still love it, but when I loved it when I was little. Well, not little, but younger. I loved it when early 20s. Now I'm in my early 30s, and I'm over here like,
There's probably like better episodes.
Nope. No, I love
it's
it.
still good. It's still love it.
I'm kidding. I'm
It's still
kidding.
good. It's just I'm like,
I'm
dang,
kidding.
Toph, you gotta be like that.
No, she's also my favorite too. Just
No. She's just amazing. Anyway, we're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aang is having some pretty bad nightmares because he's pretty traumatized about the fact that he lost control of himself like that, and the fact that this general wants to force
Use
him
him.
into it, and use him like that. He feels like, okay, people are dying. It is a war, so maybe I should. And it also shows, even if you've made a decision, you can just say, you know what, never mind. I don't want to do this anymore.
And
some people
that's what
think
I
that when,
noticed.
yep. And like people in life are like, no, you made a decision. You got to stick with it. No, not all the time.
No,
if you feel like something's wrong, back out.
Yeah, like you back out and speak up.
Yeah, back out and speak up. And he did, but the man wasn't hearing him because
Nope.
he's been through the war. So he just sees that as an easy win after well, he hasn't been alive for that long, but after 100 years of a war where the whole air nation has been wiped out. I mean, I get
Yeah.
where he's coming from, but to force a
Yeah,
12-year-old to
because
do
like
that is,
he still is feeling guilty, you know, of
Mhm.
just being frozen for so long.
Yep.
Mm.
Let's see. Let's see. Katara, something of note is that Katara was given a amulet that was filled with water
A
from a
special
spirit
water.
oasis.
Hmm
And it can it has special properties. We'll get to that later about special
Mhm.
properties.
Yep.
Let's see. Prince Zuko
Very.
and Uncle Iroh, after fleeing from the
The
what is it?
fire.
The Northern Water Tribe and the Fire Nation,
Mhm.
are Iroh's not living it up, but he's good with where he's at. Zuko came from a life of luxury. He is not having it. He's
Yep.
not happy.
He's like struggling. He's like,
He's struggling really hard. But
Mhm.
so
I can't be poor. I don't know how to live poor.
I don't want to live on ramen
Mhm.
noodles. But yeah, so it's 3 years. It's like the anniversary of the day he was banished. His
Mhm.
sister has been
Yeah.
sent out to find them, and she
Azula.
is
Yep, Princess Azula.
Yep.
That's where the at the end of like the first season, where like you get to see her but not know her name, but now you get to see her.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just see her
and
evil
how
smile.
ruthless she is.
Very.
Yes,
She
Azula.
literally threatens the life of the ship's captain. He's like, "Hey, the waves
Mhm.
aren't going to let us pull in," and she's just like, "Okay, so if I throw you overboard, and the waves,
kill you.
since they've made up your mind, but I haven't made up your mind. So what do you fear more, the waves or me?" And I'm just like, I'm gonna bring us in.
Mhm.
I get like.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know
and
she probably killed him. You know that, right? Because at the end of
yeah,
the episode,
He probably
what he
did.
did.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
But like,
yeah.
but then like, what I also noticed too, that she doesn't shoot regular fire; she shoots blue fire.
She does.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we learn about why that is later.
Mhm,
Also,
yeah.
So
So she tracks down Iroh
Yep.
and
Mhm.
in Zuko, and she kind of just emotionally manipulates this guy. And I feel
Yes.
so
Oh, yeah.
bad because it's
You
something he
do. You
wants
do.
desperately. And he lashes out at his uncle. And I'm like, dude, he's been taking
Mhm.
care of you for 3 years, before even probably that. And you're just
Yeah.
like, go somewhere. I don't care. I'm going home. This is what I want. And he's like, you know what? Fine. We'll go together.
All that work, because like he was
Yep.
literally growing too. It's like
Yep. There was so much growth.
It's like 2 steps forward, 10 steps back.
Yeah, 10.
It is.
10,
Zuko has a
20,
hard
30.
journey.
Yeah.
But I love
Hard,
his
hard
journey.
journey.
He's
Yes.
my
It is.
second
Same here.
favorite character, just because of what is it? His growth's not linear. He
No,
is,
yeah.
like how we all are. Yeah, we're on that
Mhm.
path of growth, but something can happen, and we're all the way back to where we started. But we're a little different from where we were at that point. But when you're back on that path, you're a little further ahead than when you left off, and it's good. But dang, oh my god, you just want to shake them like, dude, oh my god. So they get
Stop.
to
Yeah,
stop.
yeah, but then like his journey is really like engaging too. You're like, come on,
is.
Zuko,
I believe in you.
Yeah, it's like you know what to do. Don't fall into that like like your old habits again.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then he does.
Yeah.
He does, and then he comes back around. He's one of those.
Yeah.
It's so
until
good.
he gets
It's so
there,
good.
he's just gonna keep flip flopping until you're just like.
Oh yeah, I like a shine says like a spirit water.
Yep.
And I was gonna say, we have Vika and we have Leah in the chat.
Pikachu,
Welcome, guys.
Hey Vika. Hey Leah. I like a donut buddy.
Donut buddy.
Donut buddy. That's a good buddy to have. Donut buddy.
Yeah. So the next episode is the singing nomads.
Secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
Sorry,
Secret tunnel.
I've been holding that in because
I know.
anytime I watch anything that has a tunnel, this came out when I was like what, in 9th, 10th or whatever grade, I don't know, but since then 2000 whatever, not even to 2010, but whenever it aired, ever since then, anytime I see a tunnel, I'm just like, sacred where did that come from?
Mhm.
And now I
Well,
I
remember.
love it.
Yeah, hey,
I
well,
love it.
well, now we all know now. So now
Mhm.
we can't do it now.
What is it? The Cave of Two Lovers,
Mhm.
Yes,
where they
the
meet the singing
banjo
nomads.
wielding
Oh my
Wait,
nomad
gosh.
like what's that
hippie
banjo?
rednecks. I don't
Yeah,
know. It
was like
sounded like a banjo.
well, it's Nickelodeon,
No,
so
no,
or it's
like,
Avatar. They probably crossbred it with a ukulele banjo.
no,
Yes.
like
A
truthfully,
yucca
it really
banjo.
does, no, it really sounded more like a ukulele than a banjo.
It was like, you know how they
It's
have
like
crossbreeds in animals, and
yeah.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
probably like made the ukulele slash banjos like probably like a yucca banjo or something.
Um, Actually,
Banjo uke.
that'd be cool though. Yeah,
I'll think about this later.
yeah.
But yeah, they're like
Let's see if I
little
can
like
find it.
nomad hippie. It's great.
But
What
yeah,
was it?
they're hippies.
They they meet the hippie nomads, and it's like
Yeah.
I'm a nomad, and they get to talking, and they have their little sacred song. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Well, or like not the whole word, or like not the whole song, because like part of it's missing.
Yep. Yeah. So it goes to Zuko and Iroh, and they're having a hard time finding food.
Mhm.
So Iroh, this is a me. I wouldn't do this, but this is a me, where Iroh's staring at a flower. He's wondering, is it this type of flower which brews the most delicious tea, or is it poisonous? And then he brews the tea, and
Then
it's
he's
in fact
poisonous.
poisonous.
Oh
And it's
man.
like hives all over his body, and the infection's slowly moving up to his throat. And he's like, yeah, so if it moves up there, I'm gonna die. And I'm just like, then he finds these berries, and he's like, it could be these delicious berries,
Or again, poisonous.
it could be poisonous and cause blindness. And Zuko just like throws it away, like,
Yeah.
no.
And hey, in darkness.
Hey. Yeah, they go to, I guess, like a type of infirmary, and people are like, you're not from around here, because we all know not to drink or touch that flower, let alone brew tea. So they're like putting a paste on them, and they are invited to dinner, and where you get to see Zuko gets to see, I don't know if it's for the first time, but to experience it as
A refugee,
so to speak. And he gets, his facial expressions are like, he's sympathetic, because it's the first, he's been raised to believe that the Fire Nation is just trying to spread its prosperity. That's all he knows. So when he's actually
with
seeing
fire,
with fire. And he's thinking, oh, it's a war, but he's not really thinking about it in terms of the lives that get ruined in this place. So when he sees her scarred leg, he's just like, touches his face like, oh. But then he goes back to
ignoring it.
He literally like, no, I still want my honor.
Yep, my honor. And then,
I still
my royal heritage. I want to be the king.
He literally steals a ostrich horse. Yes, guys, an ostrich horse. And, and
yeah,
Iroh's like, these people took us in, they fed us, and you want to steal from them. I'm gonna go with you though, because I don't want to walk, but listen. I'm still gonna hop up here with you, but because I don't want to walk the whole way. But
like, nephew,
I'm ashamed.
Just shaking my head
while I ride this ostrich horse with you.
But the girl had high hopes for him, but she sees him take it.
She does, and she's just like, and I was like, yep, there you go again.
She did sigh. It was hilarious. Do you guys want an update on the musical instrument situation?
Yes. I got it.
It is called a pipa, and it is a 4-stringed, pear-shaped little string instrument. I think it's made up.
Pipa?
Pipa. P-I-P-P-A, I think there was 2 P's.
Oh, okay.
Pipa.
No, just one P. Cool. P-I-P-A. Yep.
Oh, Peppa. Or whatever. Wait, so that is actually like a real instrument?
That's cool.
I don't know if it's a real instrument, but
okay.
It looks similar to like some. I want to say there's like a Chinese little stringed instrument that looks very similar to it. I'm trying to see if they have
almost forgot. Happy Vietnamese / Chinese New Year, everybody.
Oh yeah.
It's the year of the metal rat or rat.
well, let's see how
Metal
that
rat.
one goes.
Oh boy, the iron wrote it.
Yep.
Oh no.
You did it.
Now I'm like
Hey.
picturing an Iron Man, but it's a rat.
Yeah.
Oh god, Iron Mouse.
Iron.
Oh gosh. Oh, the tunnel. Let's see.
Mhm.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
the
they get
tunnel is
stuck in
so
the
good. That
labyrinth.
episode,
Yes,
the episode is all about letting love guide the way.
guide
I
you.
know, right?
Like,
Love can
and like,
guide you.
yep. Especially, I like the moment like between like Aang and like Katara.
Where you gotta,
Mhm.
put out the flame to be guided with love.
Yeah, but then like but then like how do we get love? Yay, let's kiss. And then it's like, huh? And he's like, yeah, but like I don't want to kiss you. She goes, what?
Oh, that
You don't?
scene.
You don't want to
He's
kiss
like,
me?
he's like, well, I'll rather kiss you than die. And I'm like,
Die?
hey, no. And she like
no.
storms
He's so
off.
young and
I know
naive.
it.
He has
He's
no
like,
idea.
what's wrong with me? And I'm like, what's wrong with you?
It's like a girl wants to kiss you, man.
You've been wanting that since you laid eyes on her. And now she says
Yeah.
something. And you're over here like, you want me to kiss you? Really?
You know?
Mhm.
You remember how jealous you were when she met Jet?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh,
Or
my
when she met
God.
Haru? And yet you're all over here like, you want me to kiss you? Really, Hank? Come on now.
Mhm.
Like a Tirana play it cool.
Uh-huh. Gotta play a cool little monk child. Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
but like those moments are like the fun part for
Yep.
her and Aang.
Yeah.
Sokka gets separated from them, and he's with Momo
Yeah.
and the hippie nomads
Yeah.
who are still
Chong.
playing music. Oh, Chung.
Yeah,
Gosh.
Chong.
And they're still singing along, and they're like,
Having a
I
good
knew,
time.
yeah, having a great old time. And then they
Yeah.
get to find or Badger Mole's find them.
Oh, the
Mhm.
badger moles.
Oh yeah.
Badger Mole's digging holes.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
they
that's
find
from
out
Korra.
obviously
Sorry.
after they're being attacked that the badger moles like music.
Yeah, makes sense
So that's
because
how
the
they
Badger
save
Moles are
themselves.
blind.
Yeah.
They
Like a
are
hippie music.
Hippie music.
Mhm.
They eventually get let out of the secret tunnel. Okay, there we go. They get out of the cave, and you said his name's Chung. He's like,
Chong. Yeah.
that guy. He's like, I think that guy's the Avatar. And Sokka has like this red mark on his forehead because he keeps face palming himself because the
Yeah.
guy's like just
I
saying
forgot
the
about that.
craziest stuff.
Oh yeah. Almost forgot to mention. Yeah. It is on Netflix and it's audio described, and how that was like described was funny too. It said this exact same thing. It was like red marking the head and face palming.
Yep. Like think about a pimple that has to be like right in the middle of your forehead.
Yeah.
But it's not a pimple. It's just a huge mark of him just face palming hard. By the way, he's not just going no, he's like, why?
Hey, like a shine and like a Pikachu. Thank you for correcting me. It's a year of the ox. Thank you.
Happy Sailor Moon year. What is In Darkness talking about? Sailor Moon's later, man. I'm sure we'll do that one later.
Oh yeah, like a Sailor Crystal. Okay.
Yeah, sure. We'll fight
don't
evil
know.
by moonlight and win love by daylight.
Oh
Eventually.
gosh. Oh wow.
Yeah, so,
you pulled that one out.
Oh, that's gonna be stuck in my head, so I'm gonna have to keep screaming secret tunnel in my head to get that one out.
like Kristina is probably more like Ray.
She is not my favorite.
Oh well,
Not
like
at all. I love
no.
Lita, Sailor Jupiter, all the way, and then
Okay.
Amy, and then Amy, and then
Well,
whatever Sailor V's name is.
Oh, I like Mina.
Mina. Yeah, it's Lita, Amy, and
Mina.
Mina for me.
You guys, it's been way too long for me with that one.
Well, like Crystal's like way better now. It's like
I haven't
do wanna
seen
watch
it.
that. I do want to watch that.
I haven't seen it yet. I gotta critique from my 6-year-old
Mhm.
self in the 90s. Watching Sailor Moon before I run off to the school bus. I gotta see. Do they still do the words of wisdom at the end of the episode?
No.
Oh,
Like
never mind.
yeah.
I don't want to see it now.
Crystal cuts out like all the American stuff, and it's more towards like the manga.
Hey, morals are good.
Yes.
For that 6-year-old me, those morals were good.
Okay. well, like sorry about that sidetrack, guys.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, they find out at the end of the episode that Omashu looks like it's been taken over. So now this is episode 3, Return to Omashu, where they sneak into the city through this sewage pipe.
Yeah.
That's so nasty. I'm like, I feel bad. Sokka's getting hit in the face with sewage, and he's like, I'm gonna protect myself. And Katara's like water bending it, and Sokka's just all in the face.
Poor
and I'm
Sokka.
like, I do feel bad for Sokka because
Story of Sokka's life. Yeah,
they tend to just kind of count him out a lot because he's a non-bender, and I'm like, Suki's a non-bender. In the next series, Asami's a non-bender, and I'm like, they kick more butt than you.
Oh yeah, like also sign up like Princess Azula recruits 2 new friends, Ty Lee and
May.
Would you call that recruiting, or would you call that
that was bullying?
Threatening their lives.
At least it was with May.
May.
No, Ty Lee. Sorry, it was Ty Lee. She kind of bullied Ty Lee into it.
Ty Lee was
was messed up.
Yeah,
it was really messed up because like she was like, yeah, okay, my circus time. Then okay, like, I'll stay and watch. She's like,
her circus down.
But her smile's like, oh god, oh no.
Yeah. And like no.
And she's like balancing on a high beam with one hand or so, and then they're like, oh, well, what's the point of the net then? And like, let's take it away. And he's like, well, it's just in case. Okay, well, I have a better idea. Let's set it on fire. Release all the animals.
Yeah, like thing is like about May too. It's like she doesn't care. She's like all like what is it?
Nonchalant.
Yeah. Goth.
I noticed a little bit of hesitation on her part.
Yeah,
a little, but she's kind of happy to be doing something. She likes doing things.
Like in book 3, you're gonna find out some stuff about May, but since I know that, I watched the interactions with her and her mother. Her mother seems to really love that 2-year-old that she's holding, May's brother. But when she's looked at May going, be happy for your father, she has this frown on her face. But I kind of felt some malicious intent towards that face. And I'm like,
damn.
So that's why she's so dour, but we can't get into that yet because that's book 3.
But like she's like also like a little bit emo too. It's like, well,
I mean, the way she was raised, I get it.
It's like whatever, I was like, yeah, okay, cool.
Oh, they're looking for King Boomy.
Yes, but
they don't know where he is.
But what about the trial of the Avatar guys? The trial.
Oh, is that
that's the same episode, right?
Is 5. Yeah, it's 5. Okay. That's episode 5.
Oh, that's next. Okay.
I'm like, did I skip an episode?
No, like a 3, 4. Yeah. No,
Hold on.
Yes,
episode 4, the swamp.
Yeah.
No, that's episode 5. That's Avatar Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah, like a Yon Track 3, 3.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're getting a little lengthy. Okay. So, long story short, they are able to evacuate the city get the residents out of Omashu, by faking a contagious illness, which of course you want to hear about that now.
The pox, yeah.
Squid pox.
And then the baby Tom walks out, and they're like, the rebels stole or kidnapped my baby, and I'm like, nah, fam, he walked out.
he was going to freedom.
He was going to freedom.
Yep, he was.
They try to trade King Boomy for the baby, and Azula's like, oh,
it's just a baby.
It's just a baby. And May's like,
Okay,
they
cool.
don't care. So they have a fight. Aang follows where Boomy is, and Katara gets chi blocked for the first time.
Oh yes,
she can't really use her water bending. May brings out her anime
knives. Yeah, her knives.
Her anime knives, where she has
Yeah.
entirely too many knives to be on
Yeah.
one person's body. They just keep coming out of nowhere.
It's like
Um,
it's like an endless pool of knives.
Yep. And Aang finally gets to talk to King Boomy, where King Boomy's like, he's like, if you could, still earth bend, because they have him in kind of a coffin like
Metal,
thing, metal coffin,
yeah,
but his face is
a
out.
metal coffee looking thing, and then like his face just sticks out. It's like
And he's like, uh-huh.
and like he's bending with his face.
Yeah, and he's like, if you could
It was
still
pretty
earth
impressive.
bend, then why didn't you get out? And he's like, so I'm gonna tell you about some. There's Neutrogen, not Neutrogen. There's what? Oh, I gotta run it down.
Positive,
Negative,
and
neutral,
yeah.
where you wait and listen. So he's like, I'm gonna wait and listen, and you need to find a earthbending teacher who needs to wait and listen.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of King Boomy just cracks up laughing, does his little snort laugh, literally earthbends himself back away. I'm like, fam.
Yeah.
Goes back up the slide, the way that we can't go down the slide. Yeah, he just goes back up the slide. And that was the end of the episode. Sorry about that. I can't look at my notes because someone decided to call me. So I can't look at my notes. I'm like, no. Oh, I do know that
the swamp is next. So
yeah, the swamp is next. That's actually my favorite, one of my favorite episodes. And Aang returned Tom Tom.
I feel like the swamp is one of the earlier episodes where we start seeing other types of bending. We see vine bending, which is actually just water bending, but there's so much water in the vines. It looks like they're vine bending. Like, it's so fascinating when we start to see all that,
Yes,
it is. I love how Aang's like mesmerized by what looked like something white moving in the swamp, and I'm like, nah, I'm about to leave. No, that looks like I'm not that person that I'll die. That was the movie. No, I'm leaving. Honestly, I wouldn't die if it was a movie. I would live because I'm not going to follow the mysterious looking fog in the swamp. I'm running away.
And also, Kristina, Inarkin says Lita is his favorite too.
Yeah, I love her shoes. She cooks. Come on, man. that was
and we
all
like a girl that can cook. Okay, we like a girl who can cook.
And her shoes were reasonable. They weren't these high heels. They weren't like small wedges or anything. They were reasonable shoes. Practical.
Yeah.
Not those like all up your knee shoes. Like, come on now. How do you even get your leg through that? Anyway.
And like it's then where this is where like all the characters get to see like almost like not ghosts, but like what like the spirit of like the swamp is like showing them too.
Yep. So they get dragged into the swamp by a tornado after they opted to fly away and live another day. They get dragged into the swamps. Like, listen, I said come here. So they get dragged down, and it goes to like Zuko feeling humiliated that they have to beg for money, and a guy's making Iroh dance for the money by swiping at his feet with swords, and Iroh's just hamming it up like, all right.
He's like I don't care.
Iroh knows how to go with the flow. Okay,
he just
he
knows.
knows.
Hey, he knows how like to properly like a panhandle. Okay.
Yeah,
that too.
He guys like, you better perform for the money, and he's like, what you want me to do? Like you guys said, the gang gets I've been writing gang in this. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. They're a merry band.
The gang gets separated, and when you said, they see visions of those that they've lost. And from the past, but Aang sees somebody that he hasn't met yet.
A girl. A white dress.
White robes. Yeah.
White robes and cracking up laughing.
Yeah.
So, Avatar does their little side story. So you're following Aang and his friends, but you're following Zuko as well. But then there's another side story where Appa was trying to be, or someone was trying to capture Appa to eat him.
Those
the rednecks in the swamp.
The swamp
the swamp benders.
The swamp benders. They're like, and then I love the end of them. No, I'm jumping ahead, but I love the end of it where he's just like, "Hey, we're kin," and Katara's like,
She's like, no,
no.
wait,
No.
No, absolutely not. Like, well, where you guys hail from, huh? I'm like, yeah, they did a good job with that accent. But like,
They remind me of the
so-
frog hunters and Princess and the Frog. Like,
Yeah.
we gonna eat some frog
yeah.
tonight. I love it.
I love they live in a swamp, but they're like, where you guys come from? They're like, oh, the northern or the southern water tribe.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there any good swamps there? No, it's just ice and snow and water. Well, no wonder you left. Like, dang.
Dang, man, yeah.
I just dang. But they Aang and a gang are attacked by a giant swamp monster, and they find out that there's actually someone in it.
Mm-hmm.
And they he's trying to protect the swamp, and they realize or he takes them to about that he takes them to that was me. I was I had to move something. Yeah, he takes them to something called a banyan grove tree, and it's a really huge tree whose branches spread far and wide. And he talks about how he reached enlightenment under that tree. Yep.
It was kind of beautiful, actually.
It was very beautiful. He says, or he explains, and not in so many words, that even though we live apart, we tend to believe that we're different, but we are in fact the same, because we all have the same roots. But and that kind of translates to life. I can't say what's going on now because it's always going to go on, where people think that just because you are either born into a certain class or a certain skin color that you're better than another, and you're not. We're all the same, and we're all human, and we didn't really have a choice in the circumstances of your birth. But people like to believe that because you're born whatever, you evidently are either lesser than or greater than another, and it's just not true. If I offended anyone with that.
So many lessons in this show.
Yes,
I don't know how
that's my favorite.
So many.
They literally squeezed that in there. I was like, yes.
I totally agree. There's literally even the minor episodes, you're still just learning, or then just seeing the characters grow.
Oh, especially in the minor episodes. Sure, we've got let love guide you. We're all the same inside, and then but they throw the big lessons at you in the minor episode. We're like, this is just side story. I don't need this. And then you're at the end, oh.
And then there's Ira at the end offering you tea.
Yeah.
So you can reflect.
No, I because I don't know, because I was literally thinking of this because when you're little, you're watching it, okay, but then when you're older, and then you're really paying attention to the story, you actually notice all the details of it too.
Yeah.
Hey, Whistler has joined the chat.
Whistler's joined the chat. Hey. Let's see. Oh, Katara asked the guy. I think his name's Hugh. I think his name's Hugh.
I don't remember.
Hugh. I can't remember. But
I don't know either.
But she asked him to explain, why they saw visions of people that passed away. So he explains to them that those are people that you may think you've lost, but they're still a part of you. Even if they've passed away, that they're still a part of you. And that time and death are illusions. And I can go on and on with drinking tea.
I'm just waiting for episode 6. Okay.
Don't worry, we're almost there. We're almost there. Dang, girl. No.
We're at the end of the episode.
Yeah. I know. Real quick though. The funny thing is Katara and Sokka see they're the ones they love, but the funny thing is Aang sees someone else.
Yeah, he says, yes, but I saw a girl. I've never met her. And Katara's like, a girl.
Not me. Is it me?
The
jealousy continues.
Yeah.
Underneath everything.
She's gonna sit there and try and deny as much as she wants. At the end of the episode, a masked person attacks a man that made Zuko's uncle dance for money. And he steals his swords. Who can't see a blue spirit.
Yep, the blue spirit.
Even though
we'll find out who the blue spirit is until the very end of the season.
No,
No,
like
that's the next episode.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just remember the end of the season where they show him.
Oh no, I know what you're talking about.
No,
Yeah.
because like didn't like they review it even like in like the first season, anyways.
And it was
Yeah.
I think he got the mask, but this one you see him pop up, and then then the episode 5, Iroh, it's Zuko. Then at the end of it, he's like, you keep doing these things, like you're doing good deeds, but then you're being bad. Like you got to make a choice.
Yeah.
So that's when he kind of throws away the mask, and I'm like, I would have just kept it, hung it up somewhere in the house eventually.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
back
Sometimes
in the day.
it's like how is Zuko hiding his swords? Okay.
Movie magic
on the back.
as usual,
'Cause
just
there's
like all
no-
those knives old girl
Yeah.
has. Okay,
Yeah. Oh,
she
May.
just pulls them out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Because anime. Yes, I call this
Yeah.
an anime. Come in.
Yes, it is.
Anyway.
Too, okay. Okay. Yeah.
Whistler
5.
asked if it's on Netflix. Yes, it's
Yeah,
on Netflix. Yes, it's audio described.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
All 3 seasons too.
Oh
Yeah. Episode 5, Avatar Day, where Aang gets the cross dress.
He's so excited. They're celebrating me. Yay. And then he gets there.
But like they're burning my float.
Burning Man. Avatar's episode about Burning Man.
Yeah.
Burning
It
the
turns out
last
they
of
hate the
Avatars.
Avatar because
Yep.
they think the Avatar did them wrong years and years ago. It was like 2
killed
Avatars
their-
ago or something.
I know, and 300 years ago. And I'm like, that's
Like,
a grudge. How do you
that's-
even remember this?
I
You don't. No
I
one's lived
don't.
that long besides Kyoshi. Like, let it go.
Yeah. Just like go.
But he gets thrown in jail and he makes friends with all his inmates.
Oh my. Okay. That's my favorite scene. Okay. Yeah. Because like in those further that's my favorite scene because like he was like talking about him and like a Katara.
girl.
Yeah, the girl. That was just so much fun.
It also shows he could literally leave that prison anytime he wants.
Yeah, he can.
He took his head out. They had him literally in one of those wooden things where you put your arms and your head through. He just pops his head out. And he's just talking, and then it's like when a guy comes back, he pops it back in. Like, I'm like,
like the gallows.
Yeah, Gallows. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? Sokka, feels like he's not able to do much for the team, so they put him in charge of, or they make him feel better and put him in charge of clearing Aang's name.
Yeah, but being a great detective.
Yep, and he had to get something to be a detective. So he had a little monocle in the eye and a little pipe blowing out bubbles.
like a Sherlock Holmes almost.
Yep.
Sokka's low key like the best character in the show, and just nobody gives him credit. Honestly.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
He didn't get the credit in the show or for anything else. But
he's the guy everybody thinks is getting stepped on, like just always getting stepped on, and then at the end he's like the guy with the most
plans
everything.
and
like the man with the
plan.
strategy.
Yeah, like plans, strategies, and like inventions too.
Oh, we actually get to see something about that in book 3. Where they realize that he's the one who brings the most joy to the group.
Yep. Yeah, but we'll get there, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah. They get to go back to Kyoshi Island, and there's the foamy mouth dude. Before foamy mouth dude realizes Aang's not there. Right. He's the guy in the crowd going, and then foams and passes out, and then then he covers his shame and runs away when they realize Aang's not there. But yeah, they're working on clearing Aang's name, but their justice system on this little peninsula is a little messed up because it's the guy goes, I say what happened, you say what happened, and then I decide who's right.
It's so janky. It's
and
really
he's like,
janky.
they're like, that's what? He goes, yes, it's justice, just us. Then he does this laugh and walks away.
Oh man.
Yeah, but don't you know that you're talking to the Avatar?
Nobody cares apparently.
They don't care. So I guess long story short, since it's to the day of when all these things happen, sometimes Aang's closer to his past self. So they dress him up like Kyoshi, who then possesses Aang and literally just goes, as a matter of fact type of voice, yeah, I killed him. She didn't say it like that, but I killed him. And she doesn't say I
Aang doesn't
defeated.
even know.
Nope.
No. And then it goes on this whole reenactment of how his name was Chin the Conqueror, and how he was taking over different parts of the that area, and Avatar Kyoshi and her people live there. And he literally, he doesn't say words. He just stomps his foot like a angry toddler. He's like, I want it. And she's just like, no, go away. And and by the way, Kyoshi was the tallest avatar and the avatar that had the largest feet. So Chin the Conqueror is like dwarfed by her height. And he's trying to remain stoic and calm, like, I'm not going anywhere. And he's threatening her people. So, she's like, all right, I'll just separate the island then. And literally just airbend, earthbend, love everything bending, and just goes away with that whole chunk of land. Just bye.
Yep.
And he's like yelling and screaming, refusing to still move, and fell to his death. And Aang's like, I mean, that's because he didn't move. And they're like, you still killed? No, you literally did not
move.
You didn't move. I mean, like, that's your fault. But some Fire Nation soldiers show up at the same time. They're trying
on rhinos.
Oh wait, I'm sorry, I forgot about the Wheel of Punishment.
Oh yeah, the Wheel of Punishment.
Wheel of Misfortune. Yeah, so they had to spin it to get a punishment, and people were like, boiled in oil. I'm like, the heck?
and like a guitar is like,
community service.
Community service. The one not death on community service.
And like selects boiled in oil, and that one skinny dude with that deep voice, boiled in oil. And I'm like, bruh. And they're like, yeah. Then these rhino, like some crossbreed.
Like a rhino
dillo something.
like the rhino dillo, like then like in comes like the Fire Nation soldiers or whatever.
Yep. And they're like, we're gonna take over this land here. Where's your leader so we can dethrone him? And people like pointing at the guy, and the guy's like hiding behind the Wheel of Torture thing, and he's like, Avatar, help us. And he's like, oh, this is the first time I saw shade from Aang, and I loved it. He's like, oh, I would, but I'm supposed to be boiled in oil.
And like the guy goes,
I have a prior arrangement.
Yeah.
He's like, there, it's now on community service. We'll serve the community. And Aang goes off, Sokka gets his boomerang back. He lost his boomerang
again.
Yeah.
So Josh is in the chat. Yeah. Hello, Josh.
Hey,
Josh.
I had him on Skype, but when I was reading on the reading my notes, I could hear him, and I was like, "Oh crap, can y'all hear him?" And I was like, "Let me just not." So because I have my headphones on, but because it's so close to my face, I had to like let him go. And I'm like, "Is it picking up on the mic? I don't want that to be on the mic." So I was like, "Hang up."
No, it's fine. It's fine.
He usually joins, but not joins the chat. It's just that I have my notes on my phone this time instead of writing.
No,
you're
good. You're good.
Yeah.
Hey, and Whistler says, "I'll take deep fried Whistler. Thank you very much."
Oh.
Oh yeah, I love that. Thank you for reminding me, because at the end of the episode,
we were gonna get to that.
I know.
I was waiting for it.
Oh, you want to do it?
I was just gonna say, just fill in. Like basically, he defeats the fire.
Like soldier. And like and all that stuff, and then like it gets like renamed. Was it still like the Avatar Day or something?
I think they're going to celebrate it. Instead of being angry about something, but the dough, you guys,
the unfried dough.
First of all, how did it maintain its shape in a little body? I'm upset.
It was disgusting. First of all,
and they ate it.
Yeah, they did.
No, so like the version.
They all put it in their mouths.
Really?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay. They did.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Their new Avatar Day celebration festival food ends up being unfried dough to celebrate the fact that the Avatar was not fried in oil on this day. Like, okay, so they're all literally picking up these little.
Healthy.
It looks well, it looks like uncooked noodle dough, and they're just like putting it in their mouths.
And
Like,
it
is
sounds
not
so
good.
wet. It's like I'm like,
That's exactly how it
Happy
looked. It looks
Avatar Day.
disgusting.
Oh.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
and they're
Oh,
just like, mm.
and Josh, like a really good podcast with Dani.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does.
Mm-hmm.
They do a
One of
good
these
job.
days, we're gonna.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, we tried the other day. We tried. I don't know what was going on.
Well, like it's like 40 minutes, and like we're barely on like episode 5,
Oh no, we were going on to episode 6.
6. Okay.
We're on
did
6 now.
I
Okay.
did
who wants to
forget
take it?
say that.
Like so who?
I
Yeah.
did forget to say that at the end of that episode, back to Zuko, Zuko does tell his uncle after he steals from a woman, a man and a pregnant woman, then
Mhm.
steals from a very wealthy dude.
Mm-hmm.
He tells his uncle that they have nothing further to gain by traveling together, and that he's
Oh, I
going to go and find
know.
his own way. Because that I'm going to say that just because it leads into I think episode 7.
Yeah, 7. But
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
It does.
but like that was harsh though.
That hurt.
Yeah,
It hurt, but
it's-
he wasn't rude about it. He just kind of
Yeah.
was like, "Listen, I feel like we don't have anything yet to gain, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna find my own way." And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
as long as you're not in despair, because he was warning him against that. But
Yeah.
yeah. Episode
So-
6.
Like, so who wants to do it? You
Six.
or Dani?
Danny, you have at it.
Go right ahead, girl.
Y'all know this is my favorite episode. Okay, so episode 6, they come into this town. I can't remember the name of the town, so if you guys do, yeah, me neither.
No, no,
neither. Earth Kingdom Town.
Yeah.
Earth Kingdom Town, and they hear talkings about a school for the Earthbenders they want to go try out, and then they learn about something called the Earth Rumble.
Earth
And
Rumble 6.
yeah, they have to go to that. So they end up essentially in this underground
Mhm.
wrestling situation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. And like the main guy, so cheesy wrestling. He's
Yes.
the boulder, and the boulder will smash your bones into ground.
It's
so
almost
great.
Yeah, hey, like it's funny though. It almost reminds you of like a Hulk Hogan.
No, it's absolutely very WWE inspired. You have
Yeah,
your Hulk
yeah.
Hogan character. You also have your evil Russian character. Oh my god, I was so
the Fire
excited.
Nation guy. He's like,
I
Fire
was
Nation
so
guy comes out.
excited.
He's like, join me for the Fire Nation
Warrior Nation.
anthem.
like-
and everyone's like,
yeah.
"Bro!"
And he sings.
He
It's just
sings it.
so typical old school like wrestling characters
Yeah.
in there, and I am off completely for it. But
then
of
they, like-
course, the boulder defeats everyone, and then
Then, like,
out comes our
They
champion.
get thrown. When they get hit, they get thrown. They don't get knocked out the ring necessarily. They literally get bodily thrown from the
Mhm.
ring into where people are sitting. And then of course, Aang and the gang are
Ain't
like,
wrestling.
yeah, Aang and the gang are like, we're just gonna sit in, these nice front row seats. What could go wrong? A giant rock like
But-
hits next to them, and I'm
It's
like,
like-
you still didn't
That's the
move
best
the whole
part.
time. The whole
Yeah.
time. They-
Flying chairs and
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Katara's like, this is gonna be guys beating up each other, isn't it? And Sokka's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Of course, again, the boulder defeats everyone and gets to the end where our champion is now set to face him, and our champion is the blind bandit.
And they're speculating,
Toph.
can she really be blind? And I'm
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
looking at her eyes, like, it looks like
Yeah, they mentioned that
cataracts.
she has what do they say? Did they say faded or cloudy or something? I can't remember what they say.
No, no,
they describe
like,
it in the audio
They look
description.
milky.
No,
They do look
yeah,
milky.
because like it's either faded or like clouded.
So I'm gonna go with
Maybe
I'm gonna go with
clouded.
Yeah.
cataracts.
Yeah.
But
Either way,
No,
we don't know. We don't know.
no,
No,
we don't
no.
know.
Because
We're-
even in like the audio description, like yeah, it's either clouded or like just like faded. Because it goes by quick though. That
Mhm.
It
like,
does.
yeah.
It does. So of course, our blind bandit kicks the boulder's butt. Okay,
you
and
gotta
grinds
do the
him into
byplay. You
dust.
gotta do the black. You gotta do the byplay.
Wait, the what?
What?
The byplay. He's like, the boulder feels conflicted about fighting a young
Oh,
blind
yes.
girl.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like,
And then she calls him the pebble, and he
Pebble.
says
Like,
the
sounds like
boulder
you're
is no
scared of
longer
the pebble.
conflicted.
I love that part. And I'm just gonna bury
That part is
you
the best.
in a rock avalanche. And she's like, all right, the pebble. And then she just laughs, and Aang remembers that laugh from his vision. And he's like, that's the girl. And I'm just like, her laugh made me think of Charlie Brown for a minute, where they go, ugh, like when her head goes up and it's like just the big, the mouth. And I'm like,
well, like Wizard, like there's mostly like a rock smashes boulders.
Yeah,
she
that's what I was
kicks
gonna
his
say.
butt,
Yep.
but she doesn't even move that much. Like,
Nope,
if you painted a big X, she'd probably just still be standing there.
No, she's like,
wave a
Like
hand. You know, just
he's all like attacking and doing like kicking rocks, like I don't know, just boom, 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 and she's just like
standing
barely
there,
just moving side to side.
It's like,
yeah,
it's like,
but
know.
her bending type is called I think Southern praying man, or either praying mantis or Southern mantis style.
that I didn't know that.
Yeah, she has her own bending instead of, I think, Bagua. I'm like really just butchering that. But instead of the typical style for earthbenders, she has her own unique style. So her hands are tilted inward instead of outward when she fights. So it's like her palms are facing herself.
Basically, like like your praying mantis, literally.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe I didn't butcher that. Someone's going to be in the chat going, ma'am. How dare?
Actually, like there is actually a martial arts like your praying mantis style. So yeah, so you're good.
I love the rest of this episode though, because basically it's Aang they find her, they figure out who she is. First of all, she's not a blind bandit. She's some royalty's child. She's Toph Beifong.
She's
Beifong is
she has a last name.
Yeah,
yes.
They don't have last names.
No, and like she's rich.
Yes. And they get there, and basically you find out that her family knows nothing about her earthbending. They think she's at the beginning level. She may never reach full earthbending potential, blah, 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 because she's blind.
And
this is why I love Toph.
She's blind.
Oh, no, I've got that quote.
Defenseless.
That's what her dad literally says about her, that this is my daughter. She's not a fighter. She's blind and tiny and helpless.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, you see her face.
I know, man. Like,
that?
What?
We all felt it. It's okay.
Yeah, it's like what a blind bubble for your daughter, man. Jeez.
Just put her in a bubble. Call her a bubble shot at this point.
Yeah.
Also, they don't tell anybody that they have a daughter. Literally, somebody goes, the Beifong family doesn't have a daughter.
Yeah.
I know. That's so messed up
from the world.
That's so messed up.
To protect her.
Yeah,
but anyway. No friends. She's lonely. But she could also play them very well, because when they popped up in the garden to, talk to her, she's like, "Go away before I call the guards." And they're like, not going away. She's like, "Guards."
Yeah, she knows exactly how to live that life. Is the point? She's smart.
Mm-hmm.
She's smart.
She's very smart.
But I love that. Later, of course,
the dinner.
The Avatar shows up, and they're
the dinner part was so much fun.
Whatever. But eventually they're like kidnapped.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the fun part. So what?
The scene where she explains how she sees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is before the kidnapping, isn't it? Okay, yeah. So they're wandering around outside and they're chatting, and she's like, "I can't go with you. I'm gonna stay here. I don't really need to travel around. I like all this. And
I'd like to
the fighting, and I can. I have to stay with my family and be royalty and stuff." And so they're like, "But what's going on with you? Like, how are you who you are?" And then she explains basically that she can't see, in quotation marks, but she can see with her feet because she's an earthbender. So she literally, as she walks on the earth, and she's always barefoot, she never wears shoes. She feels the vibrations. I don't know. I get that. I used to walk around barefoot, all the time. But anyway, she feels the vibrations, and they do show this and describe it in the audio description as basically rings that come outward, sort of like ripples in water. And she can feel where a person is, even if they're on their toe or their finger or something ridiculous. She's feel
like, I see the ants over there in the anthill, and I'm like, like Aang's like, where?
Oh wait, he's like, oh, right there.
Oh, it's over there. And he looks at her like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like my guess is it's like almost like bats like a sonar, but then like she feels like even like the littlest like like almost like a pressured almost. That's
Mhm.
my
It's,
guess.
well, it's technically seismic,
Yeah,
technically,
yeah,
but
Seismic sense.
yeah, seismic.
but
Yeah.
yeah, the fun thing is, oh shoot, I just had something in my head, and then you said that. um, shoot, I forgot. It's gone. It's gone.
Okay,
Aw.
keep going, keep going.
But it come back.
It will. But that is when they get kidnapped.
Yep.
That's where they come and take them because they think that, the Avatar and her working together, blah, blah, blah. You took our money. So the guys from the wrestling rink all show up to kidnap them. So
Oh,
now
this
they
is the
have
best part.
Aang.
This is the best part.
They do. So now they take Aang and Toph
Toph.
to the ring. Basically, they're in the wrestling ring, and
Didn't they lock
Tied
them
up.
in metal?
yes, they did.
Yes, it is.
Y'all remember that
Mhm,
for later.
It's important later. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Anybody want to describe the fight? You guys?
No, you go. You go.
Me?
Yeah.
I didn't write down a lot about the fight, but pretty much we just
Neither
Okay,
did I.
we
She
just
just
beat
okay,
Toph,
okay,
kick.
okay.
She
Like
blinded them with
basically,
dust and kicked butt.
yeah,
Yeah.
like basically, she used the dust from like the floor, just like to literally, like
Took
block, like just like literally just block their sight, and then just literally goes through person to person, like literally kicks their butt, throws them out the ring. Then I think it was the lizard guy, then the Fire
Lord.
Nation guy,
Yeah.
like plops them like on top of each other. Then yeah,
the stacks of bodies.
yeah, stacks of body. And then like I think the third one was like the hippo or dude with her. Then the mole. Shoot. And then there was a sixth like fifth or whatever. Well, then like by the end of it, it's like the boulder.
Her
The
father's
boulder.
the one that's watching, and he's
Mhm.
like
Yeah,
biting
he's
his
watching the whole
nails,
time.
and her teacher's like, "Oh my gosh, she's the best earthbender ever."
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
like, "You see this?"
Yeah.
And her father's just like, "Ah." And I'm like, "Okay, that's
Yep.
a normal parental reaction until
Yeah.
the rest of
Mhm.
the episode,
Mhm.
and then I'm mad." But yeah,
Yeah, because throughout the fight, she's literally just casually just kicking
just
everybody's
walking.
butt.
She's just
Yeah,
like
just
like a walking
casually.
apart.
Yeah.
Literally stacked
just that
bodies,
good.
just throwing them
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
She took on what
Mhm.
was like 10 people.
Six.
Mhm.
6 people. She's just like boom, boom, boom. Oh wait,
Yeah.
the guy she fought was the last one was the dude with the oily looking long hair.
Oh yeah. But basically,
I don't know
like,
his name.
like whoever name.
Oily hair dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the guy that was like the loan shark guy or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yep.
Something like yeah, like a loan shark. But yeah, he brings out the moves, guys. He's like
Yeah.
hitting rocks all up, like just several at a time, flinging them at her. Like I can't even say he had a leg in this race though, because she's still, she's not even breaking a sweat.
Mm-mm.
But Top's the kind, so she like when she fights him, he's cracking his knuckles and she goes and spits. Her dad's
Mhm.
like, oh, because that's unladylike. You're not supposed to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But he goes and tries like a sneak attack of sinking his hand into the ground to fling rocks at her eyes. And I'm like,
Mhm.
fam, sir, she's blind.
Yeah.
she can't.
What you
even
gonna
if
do?
you do that, it's going to hurt, but it's not going to impair her sight.
No.
So she like it zooms in and what you just see the rocks pass her face, and then she hits him back, and it's just he literally. Just, I'm
He's
surprised
gone. He's
that
gone.
nothing's broken in these people because
Right?
of the impact. They have broken ribs.
No, seriously, it's like
Something.
you're getting hit by rocks, like
Yeah.
big rocks too, and like your bones are not broken.
But yet jet. Anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, she kicks butt. And then she goes before her parents and apologizes for not telling them anything and says what she
Like,
loves
now you can
fighting
see,
and
right? I love
Mhm.
fighting.
and I can take care of myself. And they're just like,
That's
we're
what
going to
my
give
dad
you a
thinks.
24-hour detail to watch you now because
Mhm.
evidently
We haven't been watching you closely.
you haven't been watching you close enough. And she's like,
Mhm.
I'm like, what did you not see? She stacked bodies.
Yep.
You're just like, no, must be protected. And her mom says, we're just doing this
Red
to
tent.
protect you. And says nothing further. And I'm like,
Nope. It pisses you off. It pisses me off. I don't know. I was
I
pissed
get
off.
it, but I'm mad because they literally were shown, and it's not a. It's like they never. Unlike Zuko, where you can see where he can learn, they're stuck in their ways of thinking that she's the blind and defenseless and can't do anything for herself. Like even when they were eating dinner, they're like, "Her food's too hot. Blow on it." I'm like, she can eat.
Yes.
If she can feed herself, she can blow on the food.
Yes,
Like,
you can.
like I wonder how long it took for her to be like, I can feed myself before they realized she could feed herself. Like, can you imagine? But then she runs away and says but she lies, and they know she's lying. Sokka's like, okay.
They know she's lying. Yeah,
okay. Well,
says my dad let me come. Yeah, he changed his mind.
He changed his mind. He says I'm free to travel the world with the Avatar. And but she does get her championship belt back.
Oh, the first of the blind jokes begins.
The beginning.
Sokka drops her belt and
she's like, "Give me my belt back," and just. I'm like, that should be a concussion. That hit hard.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Ow," and he's like, "Oh, sorry." I'm like, that's it. If it's not connected to Earth, she can't see it, or she can't, sense it or anything. So it just this.
I love the blind jokes.
They did a good
job with Tom. She's snarky and self-confident and obnoxious.
And like the one person that you really want to hang out with too.
Dang, I didn't write the name of the episode, but I know it's not because this would go alone. But there is a part where I think it was Bitter Work, where they're fighting Azula. That might not be Bitter Work, but I will say when they're fighting Azula and she's making fun of Zuko just for a blind joke. Zuko's vision is, I think, impaired in this eye with the scar, and so she goes, "Who do I remind you of? You can't see the family resemblance? What about this? I gotta regain my honor." And she's like, "Don't worry, you can laugh." And I'm just remembering, if it's meant to be funny, you can laugh. But I know some people feel bad about blind jokes.
Yeah.
About laughing at blind jokes. But I'm like, it's funny.
All of my favorite blind people like blind jokes, but I'm just
like, be comfortable. We're good. We make like Dani and I have albinism. We make I've made the blending in the snow jokes.
Oh, I make pale jokes all the time.
I can't go out there. I'm gonna go fall in the snow, and you're not gonna be able to find me. Like I know some people who can't do that. They're sensitive to jokes like that. But
sensitive.
Huh?
I just said people are too sensitive.
Like like Family Guy makes
a lot of jokes
at everybody. Everyone. No one is left behind. The most sensitive joke I think I saw was with the Down syndrome, the girl with Down syndrome. And even the part was played by a woman who's a voice actor with Down syndrome. Like, come on now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was because they were making a Sarah Palin joke, I think. And I think the voice actress came out and said, I had no problem with this. And I was like, mic drop.
Yes.
Girl said, I want to say it.
We've got some interesting comments in the chat, by the way.
Yeah.
Whistler said, "Let the bodies hit the floor."
Yes.
Awesome song reference.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Talking about
Drowning Pool.
Yeah.
I like Drowning Pool is awesome.
Yeah. And then In Darkness says, "Hey, that would be a great title for Toast to explain the dark side of anime. Let the bodies hit the floor." Yeah.
Actually, there is some dark anime too, like literally.
We're gonna do one soon, actually. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Besides Castlevania, where it's blood and gore, even though you guys should definitely watch that.
I haven't seen that.
You guys should definitely watch that.
I'm not sure if we would, but if we do, The Legend of Korra does kind of push that darkness that was aired on a children's television network.
We'll get there soon too.
It pushed it because there's some clear murderous parts in that series.
Well, because it does get dark.
They went there.
Oof.
And it's an hour, and we're almost, we're only on 6.
Yeah, we need to speak through some of these.
Yeah.
Zuko was alone. Okay, episode 8.
Yeah, basically it was Zuko's character growth. Basically, he
Mhm.
meets his family and decides he cares about them, so he ends up helping them against the what were they? They're Earth Nation soldiers, they say,
Yeah,
but they're
Yeah,
basically
Earth
big
Nation soldiers were
bullies.
just they're just being thugs and bullies.
Yeah,
yeah, thugs
and
and
they
bullies.
were they were kind to him, and he helped his family out. And then in the end, though, they found out that he was a Fire
Alec-
Nation member and shunned
They hate him. They literally,
Yep.
I
Yeah.
hate you. I'm like, listen here, you
It was very
snaggletooth little
sad.
brat. First
Yeah,
of
I was
all,
mad too.
Snaggletooth,
Yeah.
your dumb butts sitting up there wasting food, throwing eggs at folk, where
know,
they
I
could
thought
have
that too.
kidnapped your snaggletooth behind, and
Yeah.
Mhm.
whatever he protected you.
Yeah.
He helped
And,
patch your roof, your
Roof.
dang roof at your house. Like,
and also, he offered you kneeling down his knife too.
oh, I
He
love when he
did. It was
reads it. He
very
goes, read
sweet.
the inscription. He's like, made in Bossing Say. Like, made in
Not that
China.
one.
The other one. I'm sorry. I know it's supposed to be serious. I at like 1:00 in the morning, all you hear is ha, because everything's like made in China.
Yeah.
So just
But
I
I love
couldn't.
that. Like, I feel like we see like bits and pieces of Zuko's growth, but that's the first time we really see a lot of it where he is
Mhm,
actually
agreed.
kind on the inside. He's not a monster like,
Mhm.
say, his sister, who we see more
Oh
of
my
soon.
god.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
You're
yeah,
like his sister's
I love
really
that.
ruthless too.
Yeah,
Mhm. And-
she's ruthless.
Yeah.
But we do see
The
glimpses
next
of their past.
episode-
But yeah.
Yeah, we do.
It's
The
not
next
as
episode we can
convincing.
kind of. Oh yeah,
What-
no, she
which one
starts
was
out
that?
ruthless.
Eight, like basically the
Was that-
like basically like
Eight's
this-
bitter work.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
it is bitter work.
Yeah, because like they basically get chased by like
Oh,
yeah.
because Appa's shedding, and they're
Yeah.
able to track them
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, like so this is like one of our favorites because like we're almost like running a little bit long. So like this part episode why because of like how like the fight between Toph and Katara. That's my favorite
Mhm.
part.
Basically, they've
uh,
got a new member and they're frustrated with each other because they're trying to learn to work together and it's not
together.
going well at first.
Yeah, because like
It's
because like Toph is used to doing everything herself, where like Katara is like, no, you're part of our team now, you know, so you need to contribute.
and she wants to prove, she's showing her she can prove her worth
Mhm.
because her whole life has been people doing for her,
Mhm.
and she never had the choice or the option to do for herself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So she's literally opposite end of that side. She's like, no, I have my own food. Here's my tent, Earth tent. I'm
Earth
good.
tent.
And they're like, no, we need to work together. So eventually they do, but it ended with Toph leaving for a little bit.
Leaving.
She
Mhm.
Yeah.
needed to cool down, and she met Iroh, and they had tea.
Yep. Uncle Iroh, always helpful.
Mhm.
Yes.
Over
With
there
that
dropping the
tea.
facts of, it's okay for those that love you to be able to help you.
Yeah.
She's like, but you didn't even let me pour my own tea. He's like, I
Mhm.
But,
did
like,
it because I wanted
I
to,
wanted to,
not because I
you know?
didn't think you
Mhm.
couldn't. And she's like trying to, I guess, understand that it's okay to let people help you
Mhm.
if you want. You have to
Another
be
great
okay.
lesson from Avatar.
Avatar dropping those
Yeah,
life lessons.
seriously, there's like so many lessons in like almost like every episode.
Yep. From my favorite
Bye,
characters in this
Whistler.
one.
Whistler's leaving.
Hey,
Bye.
bye, man. Like, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
Right?
They what is it? Aang tries to divert the attention away from where his group is, so he flies with some of Appa's
Mhm.
fur, and
Mhm.
Azula shows up, and
Oh, yes.
then Zuko shows up, and it's like the weirdest fight I've ever seen, where they want to capture the Avatar, but these two siblings need to fight it out too.
Mhm.
So they're
It
trying
is
to fight,
weird.
but then
It's like
subdue him.
it's like
Yeah.
it's like a literally like a three-way fight, but then like it's just a weird, awkward, like
it's awesome.
three-way fight.
It
Yeah,
does
it is
show
awesome.
when Aang flew in a building and he's on this little air scooter thing,
Yeah,
and
he's fast.
Azula runs in after, but she almost falls. It shows how
Mhm.
she's agile enough to still keep her balance and hide against the wall.
Mhm.
Zuko charges in, and he's just like, ah!
He's like, I don't care. Like,
He like
Yeah.
it just all you hear is a thud. Like,
He's less strategy right now, more angry. So
yeah, he went in
like
there with all anger and ended up on the floor.
anger and like muscle.
Just, ah, boom. I'm like, oh fam,
yeah.
no. But
Like-
yeah, what is she like? Did she like throw him out of he? I don't think she hit him with lightning, but
No, she either kicked him or like threw him.
threw him. Yeah, so he's out the building, and Uncle Iroh shows up, and then the
Yep.
cavalry shows up, and they help corner her.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, traitors and one of fugitives, they're banding together. So she's like, I surrender. Princess knows when to surrender, and I'm like, nobody believes you. Because
Nope.
they just
well,
met
they
you.
shouldn't have.
Even the gang,
But,
the gang's like, I just met you and I don't trust you.
Yeah.
And Zuko's over here like, with his flip floppy butt, he's like, nah.
Yeah.
And then she takes her pick of a victim. I guess she wanted to see which one would hurt the most. And she shoots lightning at Iroh and it hits him in the chest.
Yeah.
So he's down. They all bend their elements at her. She escapes. Zuko's having
Somehow.
a meltdown.
Breakdown. Yep.
Breakdown, melt everything down.
And, like,
Systems
Let
down,
anyone help?
everything.
No,
No,
like, yeah,
He threw fire at him. He said, leave.
yeah, because like a guitar is like, I can help, you know.
And you know what? That's a good shows her growth as well.
Mm-hmm.
Zuko's been hunting them since the first episode. But something I guess in all of them is saying that there is good in him. It's just not he's not accepting of it yet because he's still trying to get something that I don't want to spoil that. But so it's like they're still willing to help even though he's been hunting them, but they're still willing to help him.
Yeah.
And I can't get the words right, but it's great. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, Zuko, why? She could have healed him, but I'm glad she did. Well, wait.
No.
Actually, no, she could have used that water, not the water I'm thinking of. Never mind.
No,
I was thinking she was going to use
no.
her spirit water, but
like
it was just going to be regular.
Yeah, no, like her regular healing water.
Yeah,
her
that's
water,
what she's probably going to do.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Like could have healed it.
Yeah, he's just like, no, and I'm like, I had to pause it there. I think he was bleeding, so it went out. Obviously, because it has to. The lightning can't stay in, so I wonder where it went out at. Anyway, next episode.
Episode 9.
Episode, yeah, I loved. Actually, this is one of my favorites.
Yeah, this is like mine too. Because like basically, you get to see a bunch. Not see, but see and hear a bunch of blind jokes throughout the whole episode.
Oh, the library.
No, wait.
9.
Yeah, we're not on the library yet. The library's 10, isn't it?
Yeah,
we got
10.
the one where Aang begins to learn to earthbend.
Oh,
That's the one I'm talking about.
That's also I did make it to 11. Anyway,
Yeah.
I forgot all about that one, and I mixed up my notes because I have a note about something in there.
Oh no, it's fine.
Right.
It's fine.
Mine's a little crazy.
That's gonna get funny.
Yeah, like this is where like he's like happy, like, oh yes, I get to learn from like my like a teacher now, like a Sifu, like a Tom. And then like guitar's like, hey, why don't you call me Sifu?
Yeah. A little jealousy.
They woke up Sokka. He's still trying to sleep. It's barely dawn. She's like, good morning, student. And he's just like, shut up. I'm trying to sleep.
He's very funny in that episode. Honestly, Sokka's so great in that episode, but
he is. Poor Sokka, man. Poor Sokka.
Poor Sokka. Poor fluffy Poops.
I think Earth is one of Aang's hardest though too, because like as an air nomad, he's used to going with the flow and being flip and easy on his feet and like light and moving things around and changing perspectives. And like with Earth, as Toph starts to tell him, you can't do that. You have to stand your ground and you have to be like sure
and like
stone.
Yeah, sure and stone and like confront like whatever's
head on. Yeah.
I like it coming at you, literally.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. Got to meet it head on. You can't look at it any other way other than head on. Because he's like, what if I approach it by a different angle?
She's like, no, it has to be head on.
Yep.
And like guitar's like, oh yeah, but I have been training him like this. Like she's like
gentle.
Toph's like, sure, okay, yeah.
She literally like takes his stuff,
Yeah.
trying
Oh,
to get some type of anger out of him so he
I
can
like the
earth
reaction out
bend.
of it's so funny because like she's like, yeah, let me crack these walnuts, and then he's like, okay, yeah, like you take my stuff, okay. So then like she uses his staff like a little cane too, like a
She
cane.
did. She legit walks away, tapping along, back and forth, and I went, they did a blind. They did a blind joke.
That was a blind joke. I love
That
that
was
one.
a funny blind. I saw that in like a clip on YouTube, not YouTube, Facebook last year, and I went, oh my god! All I gotta do is paint it white and get the little red strip on it. There you go.
Hey, Greg, how are you, Greg? The black guy
Hi,
shows here.
Greg. That was
man.
funny. But
Yeah,
he
like-
does eventually earthbend.
Yeah, he does. Like after basically trying to get Sokka outside the hole.
I love how he's like, it's like I'm caught in between a rock and a hard place, and Sokka's
Yeah.
stuck in the ground. It's
Hmm.
like, oh yeah, yeah. Sokka's over there making deals with Karma, going, listen, I will give up meat. Right, and he gets out the hole. Aang, do you have any meat? Yeah, because the vegetarian air nomad's gonna have meat.
It's very Sokka. I feel like the episode's and it's Sokka learning a little bit of a lesson too. Like, hey, it's not always about you, even though at that moment it probably should have been about you.
Yeah,
It's like,
Aang's
oh no.
Aang's trying everything to stop this
Yeah.
saber-tooth moose lion or whatever the heck it
Yeah, that's it.
It is.
And he's like, airbending style. And it's like, no. And it kept coming back until he just kind of he stood his ground and was like,
Finally.
and Toph's over there like,
Hey, you finally did it.
Hey,
Slow
good
clap.
for you.
they're like, you could have helped us. Like, there's that anger she's looking for. She's like, yeah, I could have.
Mhm.
And he's just like infuriated with her. And then she's like, well, you stood your ground against a saber-toothed moose lion. More impressive, you stood your ground against me. Earthbend. And he does.
Yep. And he does. And basically that's that.
Yeah, that's that.
That
Of course
little
they
rock.
rescue Sokka, but you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's like, I can earthbend now. Sokka, let me help you. Toph's like, no, fam, no.
No.
You might kill him.
Yeah.
Baby steps.
Yeah, like episode 8 and 9 are like my favorites.
8 and 9
Go for it.
Yeah. No, you like I like
Let's
we're
get
done,
on
right? With, like,
to
yeah, 10.
10, the library.
To the
Wants
library.
to take the library.
Where they have their mini vacations, and Sokka wants to have a mini vacation at the library.
Very.
Sorry.
Hey, well, like the library was impressive.
It really was. It really had a lot of. So I had a gripe about this series. Not saying it's bad, but one of the gripes was that at the end, something seemed like it came out of left field, so to speak, and that I felt like, they didn't really talk about. And while I still don't think they really talked about it in this episode, they show a picture of a lion turtle, and I went,
Oh, yeah.
so they at least did allude to it instead of just going literally, blindside. Like,
One later. Yeah.
like instead of a Deus Ex Machina, I mean, they at least said something about it. So, but we'll
it
get
was
to
sort of
that.
like an Easter egg. It's very hidden.
Yeah, nice Easter.
Yeah.
They did a good job because when I saw it, like literally, I think it was like 2 a.m. now, and I'm like, I should go to bed.
Yeah.
Of seeing things. Oh,
Essentially, though, what the library is, basically, they talk to this scholar who's from Ba Sing Se University or something like that, and he says, there's a hidden library in the desert. We have to go find it. Well, they find it by accident because it's
Blind
mostly
us.
buried.
Very. Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for Tower.
Toph. Yeah, and then we get there and we find out Toph, obviously, she can't bend in the desert because the sand is moving. It makes everything seem fuzzy. So that was sad. She stays out of the library. She's like, no, I'm not going in there because everything's fuzzy and I can't see nothing. So,
it's good she stayed out.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they get in the library and you find out this is like a spirit library from the spirit world that this owl creature brought over. And
Oh
the
my
guy
God,
who voices him, I love the guy who voices him though, the actor.
That's his
good.
voice is suited for that owl, but that owl
a
scared
jerk,
me
yeah.
when I was little.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh,
Or, you know,
okay.
the-
Yeah.
it's still
Oh.
kind of
Yes.
when it sticks out its neck. I was like, okay, I'm going to bed.
Oh, it's like, oh no,
So
I'm good. I'm good.
he really wants to kick them all out at first, but they end up trading things for him. So like there's a waterbending scroll that's traded. I can't remember what Sokka gives.
No,
He gave a knot.
A knot.
He tied a knot.
And then Aang,
yeah.
And then Aang gives his wanted poster literally, and it's he's like, I guess it counts. Fine.
Professor
this
a string and like you wanted poster.
Yeah,
it's like knowledge.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious. But this is sort of like a big turning point. This is where you finally see that they can have a strategy against the Fire Nation. And what they find out is that in the past there had been a lunar eclipse, and they're like, what happened before? Something bad happened on that day. Well, shoot, how do we find out when the next one is? So while they have now pissed off the great keeper of the library because now he knows they want to destroy the Fire Nation.
He didn't want. He didn't want any part in that.
Like truthfully, Sokka.
He was right though.
Yeah, he was right, but then Sokka didn't have to yell it so loud.
Oh my God, he was so
Sokka's
loud.
always loud. Sokka's always loud.
Why was he so loud? It's like,
yeah.
You have a secret? Like, why?
It's like see, and they could have just gotten out very, peacefully and quietly,
Nothing
the
ever goes that
library
way.
would still be there. Professor Zay may still have been alive.
Yeah.
So anyway, I love the part of this where they're in this big room where basically it's I don't know, like a example of the solar system or whatever, and it shows the sun, and the moon, and the night sky. Planetarium. That's the word I can't remember for some reason.
Yeah.
I can do this, but I was terrible at Jeopardy last night. It was an easy episode last night too.
Essentially they find out what the date is they need to keep in mind for the lunar eclipse, because the lunar eclipse means that the sun's covered, and the sun is where the Fire Nation gets their power from. So the Fire Nation will be weak on that day. So they find out it's in the summer, and I think they say a month or two or something like that.
2 months.
Coming
2
up.
months.
2 months. Yeah, I thought so. Okay. So, then they're mad dash to get out of there. And then meanwhile, like Toph is outside literally holding this entire library up from going into the sand. Like, that is my favorite. Nobody talks about how strong Toph is, but she
agreed. Then like she's also while like she's trying to hold it, she's fighting like these sandbenders trying to steal Toph.
Appa.
Yeah. They try and take Appa, and
the library is sinking because the owl is very upset with them for abusing his knowledge, because he didn't want humans there in the first place, because whenever humans popped up, it's always to fight in some type of war to find out information about the other side. And he's not wrong. He's like, everyone thinks that their side in the war is justified. Yeah. And I like how everyone pauses for a minute and they're like, okay, but listen.
But but like again, like if Sokka didn't have to like to yell it out,
Oh my God, it's so loud.
Sokka's the like self-saboteur for sure of the group.
Yeah, but like in a funny way though.
Greg asked if one of the characters is blind. Yes, the character Toph that we're talking about is blind. So she's outside, like I said. The library's sinking. Her friends are still inside. She's literally holding up the library, trying to fend off these kidnappers of Appa.
Yeah.
But she can't. And we see that she can't see them because she keeps missing too with her sand when she tries to throw it at them. She's struggling to see in the sand because she's used to solid rock. So anyway, obviously she holds it up long enough for them to get out, but Appa is kidnapped.
And now they're walking in the desert, and Aang is
pissed.
There's no other word for it. He's pissed because Appa's the last thing he has of 100 years ago when he was frozen. His family's gone. All his friends and all. Well, I mean, there's Boomy, but Boomy's a war captive at the moment. So I'm like, I feel you. He's upset. He's like, why didn't you do anything? And she's like, I saved your life.
I tried, and tried, and I'm holding up this building so you guys can escape.
She's like, I did my best. She's like, you never liked Appa anyway, and I'm like, go eat a Snickers. You're not yourself today.
I know, but that's very sad. It's very tough. It gets harder. The Appa parts get harder. So
it does, because it's not just.
Greg, if you have a Netflix, it's audio described too.
So episode 11 is is interesting. Basically, they're hunting for Appa. They find buzzard wasps, which first of all,
oh my-
horrifying.
Yes.
Buzzard wasp and
Terrifying.
oh my god, yeah, because they thought it was like a cave, right? And they go over to
Yes.
it and there's a hive.
I was
And
like,
they're
it's a
like,
hive,
wait,
yeah.
something's buzzing. And I'm like, huh, no. They are huge. Oh my god.
Yep, they
Yeah.
are huge
Oh.
bugs.
Sokka drinks cactus juice.
Yeah, he's high on cactus juice.
High as a kite in the sky, man. I was
Yeah,
like,
man. Yeah, he's like, oh my. Well, like he like probably like just drinks like a good cup or two of it.
Yeah.
he's like, yeah,
He
it'll quench
does.
ya.
Meanwhile, also Zuko and Iroh are reunited, and basically they're in this town and they're trying to find help. And we discover there is a bit of a secret society in the Avatar storyline called the White Lotus.
Yes.
So they get help from the White Lotus and basically are hidden and then snuck out. And we find out they're now headed to Ba Sing Se, just like our merry band of travelers.
You mean like
So-
like a team Avatar?
Yeah, we're all headed. Yeah, Team Avatar. We're all
Merry
headed to Ba
band
Sing
of
Se.
benders.
Mhm.
Team up. Yep, they all head there. Would that be the
Mhm.
desert? So would that be the Serpent's Pass next?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Serpent's Pass is next. Basically, in the desert, though, that's when Aang gets so mad when they find the people
Oh,
who
he gets
kidnapped
pissed.
him.
Oh,
Yes.
Avatar
yes.
state triggered.
He goes,
Yeah.
he goes in the Avatar state, and then Katara has to bring him back. She hugs him basically, and they're crying. It's very sad, but he's very afraid of like that power that comes from anger and all that. So he experiences that, and now he's
Destroys all.
now
their
he's afraid of the
sandgliders.
power. He
Yep.
he does.
All
He
the
goes
power.
berserk.
I mean, it's
But,
very justified. They're like, we're
It is.
sorry. I'm like, weren't they
Mhm.
told in the library episode at the beginning where Professor Zay walks out and goes, "Go away, shoes, sandbenders and stuff." You're already told no, and you're still trying. Like,
Yeah.
It was dumb.
and
but
I love how the dad's like, they're like, your son, and I recognize the
you're
voice.
done.
Oh, because Toph is like, I recognize his voice. It was him, and the guy's like, "I'm telling on me. I snuck out late at night." like he's missing curfew. Dad looks at him like, "What?
It's like,
Mhm.
what did you do?
What do you
Now,
mean you joined a gang?"
Yeah, and now like we have a pissed off like Aang now.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, now everyone is headed to Ba Sing Se. That's the real point of that episode. Like Zuko and Iroh are headed there, and now all of our group is headed there, and supposedly Appa's headed there too to be sold, which is what set Aang off. So yeah, and then Serpent's Pass. You can talk about Serpent's Pass if you want to.
Oh no,
no. Because
wait, no, Hung. That was your favorite, right?
Yeah, but like
okay.
But the time is almost an hour and a half, so it's okay. But like the note, like when you guys watch it, keep a note like when Toph falls in the water, this is the best part. She's like, "Sokka, save me!" Then Suki, a Kyoshi warrior, jumps in and saves her, and she goes, "Sokka, thank you," and kisses not Sokka but Suki on the cheek.
Sokka's over there to save Toph. He's over there taking off his shoes and getting ready to jump in the water. Suki jumps in fully clothed. It's like, people can drown in the amount of time that you're trying to, take off stuff. So she goes over and saves him. But and that at the end of that episode, that couple that was pregnant from prior episodes have a baby that they name Hope. And Aang finally has that hope back in his life.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
That he'll be able to get Appa back, and he's less angry.
Yeah, I think that episode's lesson is hope.
Yeah, hope, and then like Toph's like, "Oh, please let me drown."
You can go ahead and let me drown now.
Yeah,
I just kissed this woman, and I thought it was Sokka, and I'm just let me die.
The next episode, I actually really like this one. This is the Ba Sing Se. We see the Fire Nation with the giant drill.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, truthfully, this is the one that I kept seeing over and over on like Nickelodeon.
Really?
Yeah.
I kept seeing the Cave of the. You know what? It was that one in the Cave of the Two Lovers.
Yeah.
See, I didn't see Secret Tunnel this time.
Yeah. This episode's like overall lesson for me is that the way they end up destroying the drill is from the inside out. They weaken it one piece at a time and then build up pressure and destroy it from the inside out. And I think like that's a big lesson to don't let things build up, let your
Mhm.
friends help you, have
Yes.
hope. You know,
Mhm.
all of that's combined in the cheesy
Little
lessons
baby
of
steps,
Avatar.
baby steps,
Yes.
one step at a time.
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
So there it is.
Yeah. Then like you wanna just like let them watch like episode like 14, 15?
City of
Yeah,
Walls and
14's all
Secrets.
about it's all about Bossing Say, just them
Mm.
getting there and living there and all that stuff. And then
Mhm.
the 15 is a story one about all of
Everyone
everybody
on
gets
their
their own
off
story in
days.
that one. Everybody
Yeah.
gets their own story and it's
Mhm.
very sweet and it's I
Tales
think
of
probably
Bossing Say.
yeah, it's probably one of the most loved episodes. I don't know,
Yes,
I'd
it is.
say because
No, like
Leaves on the Vine. I'm just gonna say that.
Aw.
We all know.
Yep.
We all know.
Like then
Falling
Iroh, then
so
Zuko.
Yeah.
Yeah.
16 though.
Appa's
Appa's
Lost
kidnapping
Days.
and his journey after
Mhm.
he's kidnapped. Oh, that one's so sad to watch.
Very.
Yeah, like but that one really explains how like Zula and like the others got the Kyoshi Warriors clothes.
Yeah,
That's
I was
true.
wondering how they did that. I'm like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
what did you do? And then you find out they ambushed them, and then the Kyoshi Warriors fought hard, but
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
it didn't work out that
Yeah.
well. They
Yep.
actually get
Basically,
imprisoned too.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just
I
not
was gonna say
talking to him.
basically Appa's journey takes him to a circus where they scare him with fire and he gets a fire fear. Then he encounters a porcupine, which is horrific again.
Yes, it is.
And that's when he meets the Kyoshi warriors and they try and help him. And then they're attacked
Mhm.
by Azula. And, you know, that ensues. But then Appa finally
He
gets
gets the
to the air
Bossing Say.
temple.
Oh,
Well, he
the
gets to the air temple
Yeah.
first, where
meets,
he meets, I can't remember what the guru's name is, but he meets him
Yeah.
and he helps him
Kartik.
sort of nurse him back to, he
health.
nurses him back to health, basically, and teaches him that he can trust again.
Mhm.
And yeah,
He heads
that's
off the
when he
Bossing
probably
Say,
heads back to Bossing Say, yeah.
Yes.
and then gets captured by Long Fang.
Long Fang.
Yeah, ugh, Long Fang. Ugh, you guys can do 17. Go for it. The Dai Li and all their shadiness. Lake Lauga.
Oh, Lake Lao guy.
Yeah, the Lake Lao guy because like basically like because like I was binging this too, so I'm kind of it's kind of hard to remember because like
Lake Lao
Okay,
guy's like
you want me
Area
to take
50
this one?
yeah.
It's like Area 51.
So
It's
basically, in episode 17, we find out the Dai Li, who are supposed to be the Earth soldiers, sort of patrol the city and stuff.
Like
They-
CIA, like the spy network, like the CIA and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
There
they're
are
probably
no
more like
wall-
the Secret Service, but
Yeah,
it turns
yeah.
out they're super shady. So they're
There's
mind
no war
controlling
within-
people.
There's no war in Bossing Say.
Yeah, they don't know anything about the war. Neither
Nope.
does
No
the
one's
Earth
allowed to
King,
speak
because-
about the war.
Nope.
Yeah, because they're controlling him. And then basically we find out what this Lake Lao guy is this secret
Area 51.
cavern. Yeah, Area 51 underneath this area
Area
of
52.
water.
Yep.
It's super buried, and that's where they take people to brainwash them.
Or, like,
All the
hypnotize 'em.
Julies there.
Hypnotize
Oh my
'em.
god.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no war outside the walls.
Like
Mhm.
Julie is actually pretty funny because like she's like keeping.
Julie.
It's like
Oh, sorry,
like,
Judy, not Julie.
Yeah.
Julie's
Judy.
in Cora.
yeah. Like
That
Judy,
was in
she
Cora.
like literally like the whole time like when they're like describing her and talking, she's like keeping a whole straight face the whole time.
She has
like,
to smile the entire time.
Yeah.
Avatar,
Yeah.
how are you?
Well,
and I'm like,
She's a
that
well-trained
smile is
monkey,
forces. I don't know.
essentially.
Yeah,
oh, she
is.
tried because I don't know what happened to her. I don't know if they either retrained her
Oh,
or she
and
went
also
missing.
like we can't forget poor cabbage seller guy.
Oh,
No,
cabbage
he
guy.
just never wins. Cabbage Guy could have his own show's worth of moments. He's
Yeah.
Cabbage guy does not like the Avatar either.
Nope. He's like his cart gets wrecked. His
My cabbages.
Mhm. Again.
poor cabbage guy.
So basically this ends in a big fight at Lake Lao Guy underneath in Area 51, whatever we want to call it.
Mhm.
It ends in a big fight, but also down there are Iroh and Zuko.
Yeah.
And basically those two come to blows, and Iroh tells Zuko he needs to decide his own destiny and stop following the destiny of everyone else or his father or whatever everybody else wants for him.
He
And
said, "I'm tired of waiting. Hurry up."
yeah, yeah,
You've
get it
backtracked
together.
too many times. Get it together. Hurry
Mhm.
up.
Yes,
Make your choice.
And like a quit being egg and knucklehead.
Yes, basically.
So
So
he
they, go
he
ahead.
makes his choice and saves Appa and sets him
Yeah.
free. But then he has it's such a emotional shift that he
Mhm.
actually passes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like he's literally like it's like conflicting inside him because like he lets go of Appa, even though he doesn't want to, but Iroh
Mm-hmm.
does convince him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He
Yep.
said,
Yep.
"Hurry up, make your choice. I'm getting tired of this crap. Listen, we had a good
Mm.
life. I got a tea shop, and you're not here at my tea shop, man."
Yeah, like being a
Yes.
knucklehead.
He does. And
Um.
yeah, so obviously they rescue Appa, thankfully, after Appa's sad,
Yes.
sad journey.
Mhm.
So happy to see that.
Mhm.
And then the Earth King
Yep.
episode.
The Earth King.
Yes.
I know
Mm.
towards the end of that episode, they all go in different directions. Katara stays in the Earth Kingdom, in Ba Sing Se. Sokka
Yeah.
goes off because they all had mail that was
Hmm.
held away from them.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
where
And goes to like the temple
the
to meet with like the guru.
yeah, he
Yep.
goes through Guru Patik.
Critique, yeah.
And what's his name? Sokka goes to finally
Find their
meet his
dad.
father after what
Yeah.
6, 8, whatever amount of years,
Quite
Yeah.
quite a lot of years, yeah.
and quite a number of years. And
Yep.
Mhm.
And
that's
Top stays
oh
stays with Katara.
yeah, and she
Yeah.
gets a letter that was from her
Oh
mother.
yeah,
I'm doing air quotes
yeah,
here, mother.
yeah. Her mother.
Saying
Mhm.
that she wants to meet, and she actually gets captured and imprisoned in in a metal cage,
Box. Yeah.
a
Okay.
metal box.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then there was
That's an interesting I was just going to say that's an
Mhm.
interesting episode too because
It
that's
is.
where they're trying to show the Earth King that he has seen nothing. There's this war, and they try and show him proof of it basically, and
And he's
have
just
a hard
like
time.
he's
It's like
like
so much proof though.
got to the
Yeah,
point where
yeah,
they're just like, all right, come here. And you like yeet this man on top of the wall so he can
Yep.
see the
yeah. They
drill.
show
And
him
he's
the
like,
drill.
Yep.
oh, where they're trying to hide it.
Yeah,
Just
they
trying to hide it. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, but like we got that from the Fire Nation.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Right.
and so they said that, oh, we're gonna leave. What was it? The Kyoshi warriors are here, or is that in the Guru?
I think
don't-
that's like that's the end of that like episode though. It's like
Okay.
oh yeah, like the Kyoshi warriors are here.
Yeah, and then
Mhm.
and they're like, oh, okay, they're trustworthy. So they tell this man this, so he
Mhm.
believes them after being misled by Long Fang for so many years. He's like, okay,
Yeah.
Avatar and friends, I believe. Avatar and friends, I believe you.
Mhm.
And now Barney and friends.
Lord.
Don't worry, don't worry. Like you're good, you're good.
I love you.
No.
But yeah, so he wants to believe them. Like, okay, the Kyoshi warriors are good people. And then I'm like, huh, okay. And I'm like, when did Suki and them get there? The first time I saw it. And then you hear Azula's voice. And I'm like, okay, wait, where's Suki? Is she dead?
Yep.
Don't let her be dead. But then it goes to the Guru, which is I didn't get to it, but one of my favorite episodes because it talks about how to deal with certain
He unlocks his cheese. His cheese.
yeah
Yeah. It's 7 cheese, so basically it literally shows you like each chi has like a certain attachment for like the chi, either
Mhm.
love or fear or what was it? Shoot, I can't remember. Basically acceptance, lying too, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
um
I can't remember the rest.
all I
I
remember,
don't remember
about
them all
that,
either.
other than loving that episode, is the fact that
Oh,
he had
like
him drink onion and banana juice.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like
Disgusting.
the last one was letting go, of like
Oh yeah,
the
letting
Mhm.
go.
the attachments. Yeah, there you go.
The
Oh, and
hardest
how
one.
he can't. Aang
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
meditating and he
Mhm.
saw that Katara was being captured,
Mhm.
and he's like,
Yeah.
the Guru's like, if you stop now, you'll never be able to get into this state again. And Aang's
But,
like, my future wife
Mm.
needs me, man.
Yeah, but like also like didn't that like remind you of like the scene in like a Star Wars like the Empire Strikes Back where like Yoda is like if you leave you won't like be able like to master like being a Jedi
Ah,
Mm.
it's been a while.
yeah well
No, so, it's been a while because
yeah
I went more. I couldn't do Star Wars and Star Trek, so and I don't.
Oh
There's no
my
other
god! Don't
reason-
put those together.
No,
Okay,
no,
not to put them together, but I mean is the fantasy aspect of it. But yet
no.
I'm over there with Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. So apparently I like that lore
Like,
more than
like,
the other
like,
one. I'm
like,
sorry. Don't
no,
hate
no,
me
no,
too much.
no. Like, well, Star Trek is a whole nother beast its own.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it
Oh
is.
no, the comments.
Don't worry,
How
don't worry.
dare.
Nobody cares. It's okay.
Yeah, no.
that one IT guy watching is like, excuse you.
Okay, so okay, so that was 17, right?
Then there's 20.
Yeah, 20. Yeah,
The
let's just
Crossroads
skip
of
20.
Destiny.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
let's
that's the
just skip
last
to
one,
that one.
actually.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So Aang gets back to Ba Sing Se. Along the way, he picks up Sokka. Toph, who was imprisoned, by the way. This happened in the Guru. So they had her in a metal box. And the Guru Patik is telling Aang about how everything is connected, and I can't wait to go watch that episode later. But so he's talking to them about everything is connected, and while he's saying this, Toph is punching at this box, and she's able to see the strands or the bits of earth that couldn't be turned into metal, and she's able to literally just hit her way out of it by bending the bits of earth that are in the metal. She gets out of the box because she tells him she has to go pee.
Yeah.
Let's use the bathroom or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she gets out the box, literally just out of the box. And
that
song is in my head. Sorry.
I remember that show.
So she comes out of the box, and like this is she get them in the box and like just leaves them there.
Yeah.
I'm like, that looks like a road that while it's paved-ish looks traveled. It looks like it's not traveled a lot. Aren't they gonna die? Anyway,
yeah,
they do that many times in the series.
Yeah,
yeah, they do. Because like Toph literally teaches herself how to metal bend.
She discovered metal bending, and she like dives into the earth and gets these giant earth shoes. She's just like snowboard. She's gone. Like just
later. I don't care.
like Sonic the Hedgehog. Just and
I love it.
Aang and Sokka are like flying over, and they're like, "What is that? Let's go see." And I'm like, "No, you need to get to the Earth Kingdom." But I'm glad they did because they see it's Toph, and they're like, "Hey, Toph," and this is why you don't distract people because she literally goes boom and just like falls, and they're like, "Oh, my bad."
Sorry.
So yeah, they're all there now, and what is it? Zuko and Iroh get invited to give tea to the Earth King, and then they see Azula there.
It's like, oh no!
And then they get to find out why Iroh's called the Dragon of the West.
Oh,
another reason why he's called the Dragon of the West.
Yeah, because first he takes his tea and sips it,
and then he with it being so hot, literally just breathes fire.
Yeah.
And yeah.
The whole the whole epic fight starts.
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, I think we forgot about where Zuko and Katara were stuck in a cave.
Yeah, because
and that's where all the shipping came from.
Yeah, because where Katara gets captured, and then Zuko gets by the end of the fight, previous scene, they all get their butts kicked almost, and then Iroh runs away. Zuko did not jump down with his uncle. He knuckleheadedly say, "Okay, I'm gonna try to kick my sister's butt again."
He's like, "No, I'm ready," and everyone watching ever was like, "No, no, you're not."
Seriously. I was like, "Come on, you're gonna get your butt kicked again."
I'm like, "No." He's like, "I can take her." Oh, but I will say another thing. Note that spirit water, Katara was about to heal Zuko's eye with it.
Oh,
it's a good thing she did it because she needed it later.
Yeah,
I was like, "Dang."
Yeah,
but so they go and fight, and
even though the cave, Zuko and Katara had a moment, but then Aang busts in, then frowns.
Aang busts in like the Kool-Aid man. He's like, boom.
Yeah, and sees him, then he's frowning. He's like, "I'm jealous again."
He literally is like, usually, they're calm and everything, so you would read read the room and like, okay, nothing's wrong. But no, he sees them a little too close, and he's like, I'm like, dang, bruh, she would probably be better off with Zuko. Anyway,
yeah. You had your chance a bunch of times.
I ship it, but anyway. I know that's not what happened, but I'm just saying.
No.
I'm just saying,
No, yeah.
There was some tension there.
Yeah, there was. Come on. We all know it. Like,
yeah. And he and Iroh's up there dropping, all the kindness with Aang while they're walking down, this path to go find them and everything. And how Aang doesn't immediately mistrust anybody from the Fire Nation. He's just like, hey,
Yeah, he's like, hey, like Iroh, like my friend Toph, like, she said, like, like you give like good advice and tea.
Oh gosh, I forgot, because he knocked on their door asking them for help.
Oh yeah.
But so the fight, because you said it was getting a little lengthy, guys. So Aang, what are they? Let's see. They're fighting Azula. She appeals, and Zuko's in the middle. Azula's on one side, Iroh's on the other side, and it's like one of his fever dreams where there were two dragons, a red one and a blue one, and one's trying to compel him to come with them and join the dark side because they have cookies, and the other one's like, but listen, we have peace and tea. And and Zuko really, he was struggling. But in the end, he chose to go with his sister because he's like we've been saying, he feels like to regain his honor that it's what he wants is his father's approval and his father's love. And I'm like, sir, bruh, fam, whatever. You've never had your father's love.
No, you never had it.
He didn't, bruh. He wanted to kill Zuko, but I'll explain that later when he was born. But so I'm like, but
listen,
listen to your
Iroh. Listen to Uncle Iroh.
But so they fight. So he joins in, and Aang sees the change, and Aang gets attacked by Zuko and Azula now, and he puts himself in a crystal to meditate into the Avatar state, and hopes that Katara can handle that fight for a moment.
And she does.
Yeah, she handled herself pretty well with her water octopus.
Water whip.
Water whipping. Yeah. Oh, it was a pretty cool fight, guys. But so Aang's meditating, he's reaching that point, and then he gets shot by Azula with lightning.
In the back.
And he dies. Yes, he does die.
Oh yeah, he does.
So he's falling. Katara, well, their emotions are going to power their stuff, like in everything ever. So she gets over there, like floods the whole room, so to speak, grabs Aang, and they retreat with the Earth King as well on Appa. But Iroh protects them so they can escape. So he, he's now also going to be a war prisoner. And yeah, it's sad. It ends with Katara holding Aang and using her spirit water and hoping that it saves him. And he's, starts breathing again. His little arrow glows. Glows. Why? His arrow glows. Words, I swear. And he's alive, and they're like, Ba Sing Se has fallen, and I'm like, nah, Ba Sing Se hasn't fallen. Wait till the Legend of Korra. Anyway,
yes.
Spoiler.
Oh yeah.
Well, not yet though, but yeah.
just wait about 70 years.
Yeah, so that's the whole book 2, guys. Sorry, it was a little bit long, but this book 2 was
20 episodes, man.
Yeah, 20 episodes like book 1, but even more detailed. Okay, so yeah, it's literally so much detail in this book. Yeah. And you gotta love throughout the whole book, 20 episodes, blind jokes galore.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Because we skimmed over a few.
My favorite was they're flying in the desert. They're looking for the library, and Toph goes, "It's over there!" And everybody looks, of course, and she's like, "Yeah, that's what it sound like if you found it." And she waves her hand in front of her eyes, like.
I've done that at work though.
Yeah.
When I was at my old job, our manager hung up on the wall a summons, so to speak. Like, oh, we have to be at this meeting, and she's proud of the way she hung it and everything. And she goes, and she looks at me. I'm sitting down like I'm knitting because I sat a lot at this job. I did massage therapy, but I had a lot of downtime. So I'm over there knitting, and then she looks around the room and goes, Kristina, can you see that from here? Because I guess she's like wondering about the print, the size of the font. And I looked up, and my mind's like, do I mess with her? Should I mess with her? Yes. So I said, no. Does that mean I have to go? And she's like, her face, like she frowns for a minute, like, what? Oh. And then gives me the face like, did you really have to? Did you have to make the joke? I'm like, yes, you have to go. And I'm like, I don't want to. I can't see the sign. Does that mean I have to go?
Yeah.
She's like, yes.
Like, the other one besides that one is like when they were taking down the drill, they go in, like drop down to like this dark space. He's like, Sokka goes, I can't see. It's too dark.
Toph's like, oh no, what a nightmare.
Yeah.
Have you ever done anything like that, Hung? Mr. Blind Toes?
Maybe I keep forgetting. I don't know. Like these random small moments do come by too, and like, I actually like I sometimes do too. Where I'm like, my wife goes, "Can you see that?" I was like, "No," or like, "Can't you see the cup?" No. Where is it?
I was getting a CT scan the other day, and when they said my name, they're like, Miss Holdbrook. So I said, hi, I'm here. And I put putting my phone away, grabbing my purse and everything, making sure my cane's attached to my purse, so I'm not, it's like not running into everything and stuff. And I get up to follow her, and she's like, hi, my name is whatever her name is. She's yelling at me, and I'm like,
hey, when people also think you're deaf.
You just calmly said my name, and now you're yelling at me. Why?
Like blind and deaf are like inherently attached to each other.
Yes,
it was hilarious. She's like, do you need me to guide you? And I'm just like, so I'm opening my mouth.
I need you to lower your voice.
I'm like opening my mouth going, ma'am, you don't have to yell. And I'm also trying not to laugh. And she because I felt I was shaking, guys. I'm like, do it, but be nice, be kind, do it. So I open my mouth to say something, and she goes, do you need any help? Like lower, and I'm just like, damn. Like I just deflated. Like I was like, yes, I'm about to do it. It's a moment.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, it's like those little moments are like just the fun parts. Yeah. So guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I know it's a bit too long, but come on, like
it'll be okay.
yeah, like
it's a great series.
It is, okay, and it's on Netflix. It's also definitely audio described for you blindies. Yeah,
blind toesians.
Yeah, and next month we will cover book 3 too. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that is fire.
Yeah, fire.
Pikachu says we love Toph.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Toph's everyone's favorite. Yes, even mine too. Even though she's like 4th on
the the blind guy show. Speak up! I can't see you.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah. So like, So this series is like book 2. Yeah, is so much detail, but it's so much worth it. Like to watch and listen to us too, and definitely give it a watch too. And next week is also another blind anime talk. We're gonna have Pikachu and Talented HV. It's her first anime too. And yes, it's gonna be a romance. I know, audible groan. Okay. I can hear it.
Better you than me.
Yep.
And Vika too. So
good luck, Vika. You can
No,
do
yeah,
it.
yeah. So it's like a kami-sama kiss. So it's not gonna be too bad next week. But you're gonna hear someone new to anime. Tell us how her first experience with anime.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
Then after that, the following week we got Death Note. The
Uh-oh.
one anime. It's like we all saw it, and one word: morally ambiguous. There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, so please give this a like, subscribe, and also subscribe to Dani Marie AUC. She has a good channel too. Definitely. Oh yeah, Dani Marie AUC, her channel name, and also listen to her. Check out her podcast too, Freedom Up Close. It's a really good one, guys. Definitely. Okay.
It really is a good one.
Yeah, it is. It is okay.
They
And
talk
then
about everything from low vision aids and everything in between, the seasons, and of course, food.
yes, food. Yeah,
The
yes.
food.
Yes, and also, guys, okay, you will see more of Kristina, okay, and her lovely tangents. We all love her tangents, okay. So, guys, remember, if you're not learning, you're not growing.
Not sure.